This video we're going to talk about electronic gift cards that you would purchase through Tri-Technical Systems and how to set those up and use them. So the first thing I'm going to do is go under Maintenance and then Ledger Maintenance and Chart of Accounts. And in here I'm going to add in a clearing account for my e-card. So I'm going to make this 10915 because I know that does not exist. And I'll just call it e-card clearing. You can obviously name it whatever you want here. And this is going to be cash on hand and bank for the grouping. And if this grouping doesn't show up here for you, you can check this box in the upper right here to show all groupings, and they would show everything there for you. So we'll go ahead and save this. And now I'm going to add in our next account, which is going to be 20915. And we'll just call this e-cards. This is just the liability account. And that's going to be customer deposits. So I will save that. Now we need to set up a non-inventory category. So under maintenance, ledger maintenance, non-inventory category, this is going to be used to receive the electronic gift cards. So I'm going to go ahead and choose add here. And I'm going to make this 134 because I see that's not being used. And we'll just call it e-cards. And that will be tax exempt. And that ledger is going to be the 20915. And I can hit save on this. And now I need to set up a payment category for the e-cards. So when they're used, that's under maintenance, ledger maintenance, and payment categories. And just making sure one's not already set up. So we'll go ahead and hit add. And I'm just going to use 909. And so the type is going to be e-card payment. And then 10915 is the ledger that's going to hit. And we'll go ahead and save this one as well. So now at this point, we're ready to receive electronic gift cards. So once you order the cards from TriTech and they come to your store, they can't be used until they actually exist in your inventory. So what you can do is under Modules, Inventory, Add Change Inventory, there's a Receive e-card option. So what this gives you the ability to do, if you receive a bunch of them in, they're not able to be activated until they exist in the software. So if somebody tries to give one away to their friends or use them, it's just not possible. So you would scan the e-card, which is barcoded. So I'm just going to type it in here. And typically they start with 1 or 100 or 1000 or whatever. So I'm just going to put in whatever the starting number is in the box that I got. And then you put in the number of cards that you want to receive. So if you received a box of 1000, you could put in 1000 here. Or if you only want to put in 100 for now until those are used up and receive more, you can certainly do that. So then the purchase category is going to be e-cards at this point. So I'll go ahead and hit save on this. It says it just warns me that I'm about to enter 100 electronic gift cards just to make sure that I keyed in that number and it's not 20,000 or 100,000, etc. So I'm going to answer yes to that question. So now I have 100 e-cards in the system. And just to show here under Modules Inventory, Add Change Inventory, we have an e-card maintenance field here. And you'll see that we'll have 100 different card numbers, none of them being assigned to any accounts. So now to sell an e-card, and I'll just use the regular point of sale method. I'm going to hit F5, and then I can choose a customer or add a customer on the fly, or it could just be the cash sale account. But we're just going to go ahead and hit select, and it brings up our point of sale logo here. Next is like click the wrong button there, but the sell recharge e-cards is this low group of cards icon here. So I'll go ahead and click that. And then at this point, you would grab one of the cards that you're selling and scan it with your barcode scanner. Again, I'm just going to type that in as I don't have a scanner up here. I'll just use the very first card. And now it's asking how much is the person purchasing for this card. So if they're buying $50, we can go ahead and enter that amount. And you see it fills in for us. Now if they're buying something at the same time, as you know, you can do a sales invoice, etc. But if it's just a gift card, we'll just go ahead and process this. So we'll go ahead and hit F12, or up at the top on the icons, you can click that icon, and it comes up and asking how it's being tendered. So at this point, what are they giving us to pay for this e-card? I'm just going to say they paid with cash, and we will click Post. And just to show you what the receipt would look like, 8.5 by 11, just shows the card number on the receipt and what they purchased, which is not needed at this point. So basically, they can take that card, give it to a friend, whatever, and the customer can then come in and use that card. So let's do that transaction. Customer comes in off the street, and let's say we don't need to capture their name or anything, so we're just going to do a quick cash sale. So we do Alt Q, and they're just buying something very small. So we have RT14, and it's a lubricant oil here for $33. So I'm going to hit F12 to tender this, and then I would choose e-card for the payment method. When I click Add, it's going to ask what e-card is being used. So I scan that card with my barcode reader. It comes up, it shows me the card balance on the right, and it defaults the full amount, if it can, to be used. So I'll click Save on this and hit Post. And again, just to show what the 8.5 by 11 receipt would look like. It shows what we purchased and that we paid with the e-card in the lower left there, and we have a remaining balance of $14.42. So now, just to show behind the scenes what has happened with everything we did as far as transactions, if I go under GL and list ledger by ref number for today, so up at the top here, we show that we sold $50, so it hits our 209.15 account, and 109.1 was the cash that we took in. Then what we used is a 109.15 account for that e-card. So now, just to show you how that clears out at the end of the day for daily deposits, go under Module, Daily Deposits, or I'm sorry, Daily Posting, Daily Deposit. And it's warning me that I have transactions in the past. So I'm just going to say OK with that. It means I just haven't not cleared my daily deposit since that date. So what we're focusing on here is this here. We took in $35.58 in electronic gift cards. We're going to clear that over to our e-card clearing so they balance out to zero. So when I hit Save here, not only am I clearing my cash into my checking account, but I'm also clearing that e-card. So now again, under Report Catalog and GL tab, List Ledger by Ref, run it for today's date, you'll see behind the scenes, again, our sale of the gift card, the usage of the gift card, and then how that cleared out. So now it debited 209.15, which was credited up at the top in the beginning, and then it credited 109.15, clearing out that clearing account, which when the e-card was used on the transaction. And that's simply in a nutshell how to set up your e-cards, receive them, and usage of an e-card. Thank you.